planning this wedding in February. It was a very short email, but it was very, very clear that she wanted to build something. She wanted an experience. And so if you've watched our previous videos, you know that she and I really connected over the phone. They get engaged. She immediately, from the win, calls, hires me over the phone, and then says, but I'm gonna have to wire you the money because I'm heading to Dubai. And from Dubai, she messaged me and said, oh my God, last night Michael took me to dinner in the desert. He bought out the entire caravan and it was just us. She's like, I'm sending you pictures. Do you think we can recreate this for my guests? Now, mind you, I have never at this point met her. I've never seen her in person, but I immediately fell in love with the way that she story tells. She leads this very, very big, exciting, extraordinary life, one that most people don't get to lead. And she has experiences that most people aren't introduced to, but she's so deeply committed to bringing her friends and family along on the journey. Would I bring Dubai to life in a sense for them so that her friends and her family and the people that they love most could share in that? I loved that. I loved the fact that she thinks in a multi-dimensional way and that she looks at things and says, this is cool, I want to expose other people to it. So there's this element that she has of paying it forward with her friends and family, of honoring the experiences that she's had and finding a way to pull them through for the future, which is great. If you guys have been watching for a long time, you've seen me drape rooms. I love to drape rooms, I love to cover walls. I've done white drape, I've done champagne drape, I've done green drape. But for this client, a drape to me said, this is a wedding. And I approached this not as a wedding planner or an event designer, I approached this as an interior designer. You wouldn't do an entire room in drape, but you would do a wall treatment. And so back to Blueprint, they have this really cool thing called a V-Series where it's like Big People Legos, like these interlocking metal steel systems. So we have 18, 19-foot walls that have been constructed, and then we've wrapped those walls in essentially wallpaper finishes that look like marble and agate. Javier had the genius idea to build these interior panels. We've basically built 2 rooms within a room. We've covered them all with drape. After the ceremony, the solenoids are gonna go, they're gonna kabuki drop to the floor, we're gonna pull everything out, flip the room, and while the guests are in here enjoying cocktails, when we bring them back, it's gonna be unlike anything else that they have ever seen. Kiana originally thought that she wanted a black and white graphic wedding, and the more I got to know her, the more I spent time with her, there was something inside of me that immediately was like, I can't go overboard on her florals. Like, I knew that her florals couldn't be this crazy, wild, overboard thing. And so when we designed, and Blueprint Studios, my God, fantastic. They took all the things that were in my head, they rendered them onto these pictures, and I'm looking at it, and there's a part of me that's like, this is exactly how I saw it. Like, the rendering was exactly what it was in my brain, but I'm a sensory planner, and so I'm always thinking, what do you see, what do you hear, what do you touch? And I felt like there was something missing, and I was like, how epic and badass would it be if all of a sudden, instead of a DJ or instead of a harp, what if we had a choir? Oh, down, Lord, please. It cools the fire that burns. I have chills. I have such chills. So let your love shower us just rain, Lord, please. 7 hours of rehearsal today for less than 20 minutes of a performance. This choir, this group, does not do personal events. They don't service private clients. And so the fact that we have them here is next level amazing. I see the entire picture. I have read this timeline over and over again. Every single night for the last 2 weeks, I've read the timeline, and then I've laid there and I've closed my eyes and I've mentally walked myself through everything from getting up to walking into the room. What does it look like? If I'm moving down the hallway, what does that feel like? And so I have kind of mentally lived this and daydreamt it so many times that in the room, I just really feel like I know it and I feel really, really comfortable. And when Javier comes in and goes, trust me, you know what? I do. I've hired the best that there is. And now I've got to get out of their way. I have to support them in their endeavors. And I have to let really talented people do the things that they do best and know that at the end of the day, they're always going to make me look good. I would sit here and talk to you all day, but there's a bunch of people standing behind you and they expect me to work, which I find offensive. But all right, make sure you watch all of it.